What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Team Solemn Circus live video. On the left side here, we have Yubel going up against the Memento Fiendsmith deck on the right side. We're playing here. We have from the die roll, so we are going to be choosing to go first. Definitely having an advantage over Yubel. You know, with Snake Eye Fiendsmith, the deck is obviously good going first and going second. But with Yubel, obviously they have to run in those hand traps or their copies of Bestials that we do see them playing to kind of break those going second boards. What they have a hard time doing. We do see a summon of the copy of the Mentolian Zebra here, activating the effect, sending the copy of the Gothic as well as the Witch here. And so Guy's going to summon itself out, and we are going to be seeing on the summon, we're going to be activating the effect, targeting the copy of Anguish, and we do have a copy of Druisworm, the chain to that, hitting the Anguish. Now, we didn't hit the copy of Gothic because we didn't control a monster, therefore it not being a quick effect. But this is going to allow us to have access to well, here we're going to be seeing us also then activate the effect of Bone Party, destroying the copy of, it looks like another Zebra in the hand, being able to summon out the copy of the Witch, and the Witch can be switched for the copy of the Sleepy. Sleepy then going to be able to activate using itself and the Witch on the fields to go up into a copy of, or the Gothic and the Witch to go up into a copy of the Twin Dragon. Twin Dragon is going to be then destroying the copy of the Gothic, which then gets a searching for, I believe, the Hornblade, another card. We do then dump the copy of the Fusion Spell, and then the Fusion Spell is going to be able to destroy the Twin to summon, to add a copy of a spell. We've already activated the effect of the Bone Party, therefore we're going to add another copy of the Fusion Spell. We're then going to be able to summon back out the Witch with that copy of Twin Dragon here, and then we are going to be using the effect of the Fusion to go into the big guy here, shuffling back a Twin Dragon and I believe two other cards. It does not matter which ones they are. We're going to activate the effect of the big guy, dumping 3, and the reason why we summon out the copy of the Witch is because in this case here, we have not activated the secondary effect to summon back a copy of Goblin or the Mace. We are dumping the copy of Goblin there. We are going to be then banishing the copy of the big guy. We also dumped itself, the copy of the huge guy, and the Goblin. We then activate the field spell, and we activate the effect of the Witch, destroying the copy of the itself, summon with the copy of Goblin. We're going to see then the City going to activate the effect, summon with the Mace in the hand here. Goblin is going to activate the effect of sending 2, sending the Trap card as well as, it doesn't really matter at this point, but we're sending a copy of a level 4, just so we have an additional name in the graveyard. We still have that Horn Dragon in the hand, so you'll be able to activate the effect. We're going to be destroying itself, the Mace here, to be able to searching for a copy of most likely a Bone Party, yeah. So we can search for the Mace during the follow-up turn. We can set the Bone Party. We do then activate a copy of Tract, so we can actually go up into Fiendsmith combo here. Then the copy of Lurie. Then we're going to summon with the copy of Lurie. They ask what we know in hand, which is a Bone Party and a copy of the Horn Dragon. Horn Dragon and Bone Party will be able to pop. With the Horn Dragon left on the field, we can actually pop 2 of their face-up cards, one of them being a Druisworm, so it definitely can come up useful, popping their field spell, or a copy of the spell on the back row, making it so they don't get those kind of effects. But we do go up into the Princess line here, and then we're going to be able to put back the Requiem to summon with the copy of the Engraver, and we have different lines we can go for, having quite a bit. We can just go for a Caesar as well if we want to at this point. We can also just go up into a copy of the Sequence, and then bring out, but they are going to read the Horn Dragon. We are in a great spot. It doesn't look like they have any other hand traps here in this case, because they would have dropped it on this, like on one of these summons here before we have the attempt to make Caesar, but we make that Caesar right away. We then can summon with the copy of the Horn Dragon if we want to here. So we do summon with the Horn Dragon, and we set the copy of the Bone Party. We then put back the Mace, we should have to keep the copy of Witch in the graveyard here. We summon it with the big guy in defense position just because we don't want to be taking some damage with some weird Yubel effects. A lot of times they can also play some of the take cards to take the stuff as well. I just put it in defense because I don't really want to be forced to attack. The Nightmare Pain's kind of weird. Obviously, I could just switch to defense, but it's just a reminder in the case I have something like super weird. We see the flip up of the Trap card here, and we have lots of plays. Bone Party will be able to destroy. We have we have the Caesar, which can actually negate 2 summons. We see a normal summon of a Dark Beckoning Beast, activating the effect, and we are going to be chaining the Trap to that, making it now down to 4,000. And they are thinking on this. And that's going to be fine. And then we do activate on resolution the effect of the big guy. Summon with the Witch that we left in the graveyard, which can then activate the effect. Now, normally you can leave the Fusion in the graveyard to bring it back out with the copy of Creation King, or of the big guy. But in this case, we left the Witch because we're leaving that copy on the field. We're just going to let's search for a copy of Sleepy. We could have searched also for a copy of the Mace in this case, but we already have a board full, so Mace is not going to be really productive for us. So we do see a Bone Party here destroying the copy of the Witch, searching for the copy of Mace, and now we can actually snatch deal, just taking their Druid's Firm so they don't have any kind of linking options here. Now, I don't exactly know what they could go into. Maybe a copy of Muckraker, but we do see the Mace acting the effect, taking the copy of Druid's Firm, and now they're kind of stuck. We do see a 1-for-1, I believe, in the hand, as well as a copy of Shavara. Maybe that's why they wanted to read the trap, seeing if it negates the effects on the field or just the activated effects. It doesn't negate the activated effects, so even if you do remove it off the field, it's still going to negate, which is really cool. Well, they just admit defeat here, realizing that it's going to be too much. Yeah, definitely Yubel with only one copy of Druid's Firm is not going to be doing enough. The 1-for-1 is going to be obviously hit up with that copy of Caesar, making them discard a monster in their hand as well. They kind of would have to have a bit of a few different stuff, like maybe normal summoning a copy of the Lotus, and then letting that resolve, but chances are we're not going to let that resolve, especially when it tributes itself for cost. It does activate on the field, though, therefore we can negate it with the guy. We have like a 4-mat Appaloosa, or 5-mat Appaloosa Tice effect. We have a Snatch Steal, we have a 2-negate special summon, and then we have, obviously, a pop that can pop 2 cards on the field, which is absolutely just disgusting. So, I guess we have multiple pops. We can also pop with the Fusion guy, you know, popping, targeting 2, destroying them, and then obviously we're going to be seeing the Horn Dragon target and then summon out. We can chain the copy of Sleepy there, summon itself out as well. Then we can pop the Sleepy, or even fuse with the Sleepy to get whatever kind of effects that we want off. But, you know, destroying 2 cards on their side of the field is absolutely huge. Having multiple different layers of negation there, or, you know, interaction. But when we go into Game 2, we're going to be seeing Yubel choose to go first, most likely, and they're going to have a bunch of cards that are going to be out of Fate. It's extremely hard to beat this deck. Like with Snake Eyes, you know you can hit Origins with an Ash Blossom, and it's going to be doing a lot of times. Hitting the copy of Valor can definitely, or hitting the copy of Snake Eyes Ash with Valor or an Imperm can always be turn ending as well. But with Yubel, they have so many different cards that depending on what the cards in their hand do, now they're not going to be as powerful as the Snake Eyes cards, but, you know, having just some crazy card-like effects. Which we're going to be speaking of normal summoning Dark Beckoning Beast, which can activate the effect, search for the copy of Gates. We do Droll and Resolution, which is going to be one of the better cards against the Yubel deck, but they do have the Colograph to stop this, which is going to be just kind of crazy. The Gates can activate the effect of being able to search for another copy of Beast, and then Beast also has the ability to give us an additional normal summon for a 0/0 Fiend, which can be a copy of Samsara Lotus as well, which already have in the hand, which can then activate the effects summoning the copy of Spirit of Yubel, which can then activate the effects to bring out or set a copy of the Nightmare Pain. What's really cool about this is that we can actually add Nightmare Pain to hand and then activate the effect of Gates discarding itself to summon out a copy of the body, and then we can actually, because we control a level 10 on the field, add back that copy of Nightmare Pain. But instead we see them set the card, then we're going to activate the Nightmare Pain, destroying the copy of Spirit of Yubel, sending the copy of Yubel here. We do have a Magnemite on the copy of the Samsara Lotus, wanting to stop a 0/0 body being in the graveyard, so they can't just put it back to summon the copy of the Spirit, but they're going to be able to go up into a copy of Yama, adding the copy of Shavara, and they're going to be able to just go up into it anyways. We then see a copy of Track going to be activating, discarding a copy of Lurie, which can then be able to summon itself out, and that's going to be fine, and then we're going to be able to link up into the copy of Requiem. Now, they're going to be doing their own copy of the combo, and I believe they are on 3-track as well, if anyone really cares. But we're going to go up into a copy of the Requiem, which is going to go into the Engraver. We can then activate the effect summoning the copy of the Squirmer, which can then go up into the sequence on its own. Now, what's really cool about this is that Aerial Eater is going to be a crazy card for this deck, but instead of going for an Aerial Eater, because we already have the full combo, we're going to go up into a copy of Desiree. Then we can link the Yama and the sequence away for anything else. We just want to put that sequence in the graveyard before it attaches to the Desiree. We can go up for a Rage here. It doesn't really matter. The sequence will be able to equip itself to the Desiree, which can kind of be a negate of 2 cards on the field, you know, spot negates, which is quite nice. So we have a Phantom, a Rage, and a copy of Desiree with 2 cards, and we can make another if we want to. We're going to summon a Spirit by banishing the copy of Squirmer. Then we're going to activate the effect of the Charama, targeting the copy of the Spirit, destroying itself, and then we're going to see Spirit and the copy of Yama in the grave are going to activate the effects to bring out the other Yubel in the Spirit back, which can then be used for a Verrugas. We see us go for a, we see us set the trap as well off the copy of the Shavara, which is going to be very useful. We make a Muckraker here to get that Shavara in the graveyard, kind of making it so that we're not Fiendlocked, so we can go for that copy of Verrugas. Not even using the effect of the Muckraker there, because it also locks us into Fiends. But also kind of being a form of protection. We do go for a copy of Duraswarm in the end phase here, and we could activate the effect targeting the copy of Rage, just so that the Spirit of Yubel does get its effects off, or the Verrugas. But we choose not to for some random reason. I don't exactly know why we do that. Definitely a misplay looking back. But, you know, you live and you learn. We do go draw for turn, then we activate the effect of the Duraswarm. And now they're thinking about it. You know, before it might have been a clear sign just to Verrugas, but they could just let this go. We're going to be seeing them Verrugas anyways, destroying the copy of the game. And we just scoop it up right away. You know, going into game 3, 11 minutes into the duel. Now, both these decks are heavy combo decks, and I believe that we're going to be seeing Yubel being hit. I think that they did mention it in the post that they made for like the last YCS, but you know, it is what it is. We were all waiting for a list yesterday, but unfortunately we did not see it. This is recorded on Monday. You know, I was hoping for a ban list and going to be able to do some weird duels. But if the ban list comes out today while this is going to be uploaded at 4 o'clock, then it is what it is, and I guess there's not really much I can do about it. I'm just going to be trying to make content for you guys. Most likely, if the ban list does not hit, I'm going to be not doing a deck tomorrow. Like, it's really hard to make deck profiles when you're waiting for a ban list. You don't really want to be uploading anything that's like not that good. And Memento and Melodious kind of tearing up our locals, obviously, other than Snake Eyes Fiendsmith, but nobody wants to see those deck profiles. You know, everyone already knows what Snake Eye Fiendsmith does. The deck is very much solved. I know there's some people cooking up with Rescue Ace Fiendsmith as well as the Chimera Fiendsmith, but a lot of people are kind of tired of Fiendsmith being a crazy $300 deck. You ladies know in the comment section down below what you guys want to be seeing for like duels. I kind of want to feature some other stuff, but obviously everyone's waiting for the ban list, those people at locals, which means there's less different options that can be played. Now, I have been thinking about lately doing a kind of, not a commentary, but more so of just being able to talk about some stuff, bringing like how to beat decks, or things on the channel, you know, maybe even market watches. Kind of want to explore just different options down the road. But I want to be knowing what you guys want to be seeing. Obviously, we're going to be doing the review of the ban list, talking about meta cards or meta decks we'll be able to be going in the upcoming format, obviously as a first look. But we are going to be diving back into the gameplay, which is what you guys are here for. We're going to be normal summoning out the copy of Anguish, activating the effect, getting hit with a copy of the Veiler here. We then activate the effect of the Engraver, searching for the copy of Track, activating Track, discarding the Lurie, and we all know how this Fiendsmith combo goes from here. We're going to be seeing the Lurie go up into the Requiem, then we're going to be activating the Requiem effect, going up into the copy of the second Engraver here. Now, like I mentioned with the copy of Yubel, now Aerial Eater is going to be a crazy card for them. Aerial Eater is just a crazy card for us. Not as insane, you know, being able to banish a copy of Yubel and the Princess from the graveyard, but with one copy of Engraver here, we can actually go full Memento combo by summoning with the copy of Goblin. Now, Goblin has a really cool ability to be able to dump 2 cards here, which we are going to be seeing, and now we're not playing the combo correctly because we should have put back a card to summon with the second copy of the Fiendsmith. We could have activated the effect, fusion summoning into the copy of not Desiree, but the copy of the Lacrima, bring out the second copy, then link those 2 away for the sequence. Now we are playing the Princess, but this was going to be before we knew the 1-card combo. We do still kind of make it because we have another body on the field, being that copy of Anguish. We make the copy of the Aerial, which is going to be dumping the copy of Goblin here. Now, we have redefined this combo, which I will be showing you guys off potentially tomorrow in a Memento combo video, because I know you guys are really enjoying the Memento, content. I have been playing this deck for a bit now. I too want to master the deck. I just want to waiting for the ban list to kind of see what I'm going to be changing. I hope Moon gets banned so it makes the extra deck extremely easier to play. Now, I have been playing with the Memento cards with Fiendsmith for a bit now, but I definitely think you guys can play the deck without the Fiendsmith cards. So if I do post a combo video, which is going to be coming up regardless soon, whether it's tomorrow or in the next week, you guys definitely can stay tuned for some non-Fiendsmith type combos as well. We are going to go up into the copy of Cross Sheep, and then we're going to be banishing the 2 copies of Engraver to summon out the copy of the Aerial Eater. Then we're going to activate the effect of the Cross Sheep to bring out that copy of the Goblin that we did send off the Aerial Eater. Now, what's really cool is that we also had the Anguish on the field, so we can destroy that with the copy of Goblin, which can then dump 2. We dump the copy of Gaddock as well as the Sleepy, which can then summon itself out. The Gaddock, which is then going to be adding back the copy of Sleepy. Now, you guys are wondering, oh, why do you have to go for Cross Sheep? You know, you had the Anguish on the field. Now, Anguish was negated by Valor. But what's really cool about the Memento cards is that they actually don't actually have to destroy for cost. They all destroy for effect, so if you got Valor, it's not going to be like Snake Eyes Ash, where you can actually send the copy of Ash and another card and essentially just go minus. You will not be able to destroy your monster. So if you make that mistake, it's going to be fine. It's not going to be as punishable as Snake Eyes Ash, but it's just good for, future reference. Here we go for the copy of Twin, Destroy, bring out, and we're going to be dumping the copy of the Fusion Spell. Fusion Spell is going to be destroying the copy of Twin, and then we're going to go search for the other copy of the Fusion Spell. We are going to be summoning out a copy of the Gaddock off the Twin Dragon, and I believe we do search for the Fusion, the big guy here. So we are going to be able to activate the effect of the Fusion, putting back the Twin Dragon alongside the copy of Sleepy, and sending the copy of the big guy here, you can summon it from the graveyard or from the hand, to make the copy of the huge guy, the Fusion. And we're going to activate the effect of the Fusion, dumping the Fusion itself, the Trap card, and then any other card that we need. We have Anguish, we have Goblin, we should have Gaddock in the graveyard at some point. We have a Caesar on the field to be able to stop any copies of Nibiru or anything else. We're dumping a copy of Sleepy, then we're going to banish the copy of the Fusion monster to search for the field spell. Now, we are in a really good space here because we can actually link up into anything else. If we wanted to, we could have left the Sleepy on the field to then go up into a copy of the Herald with that copy of the Sleepy inside of that Gaddock and the and that beat or whatever, the Cross Sheep, but instead we go for a 3-mat Appaloosa, which is quite fine as well in this matchup. We are going to be putting back 5 here, 1 from the hand being the Dark Blade, to go up into the copy of the big guy, which can then, we're going to be seeing the field spell set the trap, and then we set an additional card during the main phase of this turn. We have the big guy in the graveyard, the Fusion, so once they activate a card or effect, we can bring it back out with that copy of our big guy. We see a gate's going to be activated, which we can't necessarily pop, but we have lots of options here. We do chain the trap to this, making so that when they do summon out a copy of Dark Beckoning Beast, it's going to be a lot harder for them to kind of play through it. And then on resolution, we do activate the effect of the creation to summon out the copy of the Big Fusion. They do normal summon out the copy of Beckoning Beast, and they activate the effect. And we are going to Solemn Judgment the normal there, making so they do not have another normal summon in that set of the Dark Beckoning Beast, also negating the effect. We do activate the effect of Gates here, and then we're going to be sending another copy of Gates. We chain the Fusion, destroying itself and it's the monster, but that's going to just be it. And they're going to activate the effect of Engraver. We do negate that with the Appaloosa, leaving them on 1 card left or 2 cards left in the hand here. We see a offer of the deck, but they're going to say no, it's fine. We're going to change to battle phase, and we have a 5,000 Maudie on the field. We normal summon with the Mace here, and this is going to be just enough for game. So we here see the Yubel player end up scooping, realizing that that's going to be enough for game, and that's just going to be it for the Memento player. The Memento going first combo is going to be absolutely insane. Being able to play no matter what through any like hand traps you want to. Now, obviously, if you have the copies of the Fusion spell with the Fusion in hand, and then of course Bone Party, you're able to dodge a Valor and Imperm at any kind of point. Ash Blossom, depending on the action, always ashing the attachment no Shigu can be definitely good, but with the Fiendsmith stuff, you're able to push through that regardless. And then even if you don't have any Fiendsmith card or don't have any Memento cards in the hand, the Fiendsmith card is going to be able to give you access to the Memento engine just on its own. Obviously, I do love this deck. I think this deck is absolutely incredible. I can't see it being a hit on the ban list, maybe a copy of Moon being gone, but regardless, hope you're watching the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and see more content like this, and stay safe. Peace.